11 minutes after 7, we've unlocked the door. He's out of the box. Ryan PC Trimble from the producer's room to the desk, letting us know what's trending. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, guys, and good morning to all you out there. So we were just talking about this. Remember yesterday we talked about Donald Sterling's interview with Anderson Cooper. Well, later on in today's show, we're going to have a full report on the continuing story of the oldest racist in the world. But I want to talk a little bit about that interview right now because, it was so bad. But this soundbite in particular just kept popping up all over my Facebook, and you just have to listen.
What has he done? Can you tell me? Big Magic Johnson, what has he done?
Well, he's a business person.
He's got AIDS. Did he do any business? Did he help anybody in South LA?
Well, I think he has HIV. He doesn't actually have full-blown AIDS. But.
Well, what kind of a guy goes to every city, has sex with every girl, then he catches HIV? And is that someone we want to respect and tell our kids about? I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background. But what does he do for the black people? He doesn't do anything.
Ooh. Oh, and that was just one of several, wonderful things they said during the interview. Sterling, was given that lifetime ban from the NBA after his previous comments, and the league's commissioner also fined him $2.5 million and has asked their owners to force Sterling to sell the team. And the whole interview is just gold,
Well, the comments about Magic Johnson came after he apologized, said he'd made a mistake. And, felt so bad about what he had said, and then all of a sudden, these comments about Magic Johnson
He apologizes and then says worse stuff, and now he's going to have to apologize for that, and I'm sure he'll say something worse, tomorrow.
It's like one of those dolls that have a string in their back, and you pull it, and you never know what you're going to get.
It just says random stuff. And
and I was telling Ryan yesterday, I said, well, it would be interesting to see what he said. I mean, for some reason, I just felt like we were going to hear something else.
Yeah. I mean, you knew he wasn't going to be overly remorseful. You knew he wasn't.
Not at all.
I mean, the guy's got a bank vault full of cash. He could disappear right now and be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously just an old guy that doesn't care what he says, which he's made perfectly clear.
Yeah.
And the best was Magic Johnson, who just came back with the retort, "We've had enough talk about Mr. Sterling."
Good for him. Good for him.
We never heard anything about him till this, and now we're hearing too much about him. So hopefully, just like he's, like you said about Magic Johnson, hopefully Sterling will just sort of fade into the background after this.
We'll see.
So Beyonce may be one of the most powerful women on the entire planet, but just like any of us with siblings, we know that she cannot control what your siblings do. And this video was leaked yesterday from security footage at a New York hotel, and in it, that is Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles. And she attacks Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. We have no idea why this happened.
You know why?
Do what?
Because Jay-Z's got 99 problems.
Well, absolutely. Now he's definitely got a 100th problem. We see Solange trying she's held back by that bodyguard there. She tries to kick him, and it's just...
well, she already laid a couple punches on him.
Yeah. My favorite, though, is Beyonce, who is right there, right over the
she just plays with the dress.
She just hangs out. Almost like scarily disattached. That woman right in the middle.
Middle?
Yeah, and then she fixes her dress there at the end. But it's almost like bizarre how out of the whole situation Beyonce is.
And it's like, and it's 3 minutes of the same thing. The bodyguard hitting the buttons on the elevator, trying to just praying that the doors don't open.
Yeah.
So this spills into the lobby or something like that. But the worst part is there's no audio to this.
Yeah.
It's just video. So you have no idea what they're saying.
No one knows what they're saying. And of course, I mean, Beyonce's camp isn't saying anything on it
angry.
Yet. She's very angry.
My goodness.
But the sad thing is that Solange Knowles is a very talented R&B and hip-hop artist in her own right, and now, unfortunately, a lot of people are just going to think of her as Beyonce's crazy elevator sister. But she has been performing, since Beyonce started, and she's sort of taken her own route, and she hasn't been as super famous as Beyonce, but she's a very talented woman, so it's unfortunate that this video leaked, and now the hotel is angry because they want to know who took this footage and put it out in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously security camera footage is not supposed to be just public like
that. Exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. This might be an apology number 2.
Number 2, definitely.
Soon, right? Yeah. All right.
So we already knew in a sort of different story, we already knew Sleepy Hollow would be coming back for a second season. But Fox has actually just announced something very exciting that I know fans of the show will be happy to hear. Fox says that season 2 is actually going to be 18 episodes long as opposed to just 13. And we now know that the show will return on Monday nights this September, which is a great spot, at the same time, 9 o'clock. And it's going to follow their new prequel to Batman, which is called Gotham. which I have no interest in seeing, but I have a lot of interest. I've never been interested in Batman, but I'm very interested in seeing the rest of Sleepy Hollow, which I was surprised to find out that this is only the second season, because I feel like it's been on forever.
Huh.
But maybe it's just because we live in Wilmington and we've been hearing about it being filmed since January of last year.
That could be.
But the second season comes back in the fall, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's nice for the local economy that they're adding 5 more episodes.
Absolutely.
To be filmed in the area.
That's 5 more that'll
is
get filmed
nice.
here.
Been very exciting.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. All right, well, 17 after 7. So, Colin, what you doing over there?
Just thinking about Jay-Z.
What do you think?
He was
about
so
Jay-Z?
cool under fire, though.
He
you
was.
He is, yeah, definitely.
That's why I was wearing the white tux. He's smooth.
know, pretty good reaction. I think. He just lives under the assumption, I guess, a
people
little
are
bit
gonna go after
different
him?
than Donald Sterling, in that you assume that you're being recorded at all times.
That's that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he knows what's up, and he does. He may have a 100th problem because the one problem he didn't have. Now maybe he has that.
And the bodyguard was pretty cool as well.
Had to be.
Because he just kind of wrapped her in a hug and just, all right, well, we're not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
I mean, that's like
The door's
your
open.
that's like your wife's sister coming at you. I mean, you can't, You
And can
gotta-
you imagine if Jay-Z had hit back?
Yeah.
That whole thing would have just blown
Yeah.
up.
It
Even
would've
more
been.
so.
It's a good thing
It
he
would have
didn't.
blown
Front
up.
page of the
I mean, he
paper.
just
It's a good thing he
protects
didn't.
himself there.
He kind of
She's
pushes
got
her
some
away,
stuff
but
flying.
he
She's
doesn't.
feisty. What's
I
that?
wanna know what
Shoes?
started
What's
this.
going on in there?
Shoe flying.
Shoes?
Oh, no. There's no telling.
There's
Yeah.
no telling. And Beyonce, she's just like
My
chilling
dress
there.
looks nice.
That's the weird thing is they're all just so chill in that elevator except for Solange. But she is, if you ever read her interviews, she is very
I've
feisty.
never heard of her.
Oh,
I had never heard
She's
of her.
feisty.
she is very feisty. She really is a great artist. So.
Yeah, when I read the article in the Los Angeles Times and saw that she was a musician, I thought, well, I've never heard of the woman.
Yeah. And she kind of likes it that
neither.
way. She prefers to just kind of do
We
her
know
thing.
who she
and-
is now.
Now we all know who she is.
Not
If
flying
she
under
wanted
the radar
15
anymore.
minutes, here they come.
She doesn't seem to be a Jay-Z fan. So.
No.
Not that particular moment,
yeah.
anyway.
All right.
All right, still pretty foggy out there?
Yeah, without a reasonable doubt. We see conditions outside right now looking pretty good. It does look foggy outside. We have some high clouds moving over eastern North Carolina. With those daytime highs today rolling back up into at least the mid to upper 80s. Looks like southerly winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour could help to fire off a sea breeze and do shower around 2, maybe 3 o'clock. Then we head late into the day today with temperatures cooling back down toward the 70-degree mark. Long-term forecast there, 80s and then back down to the 60s and 50s even by this weekend.